Hi everyone. Today I want to share a card from Stamp Camp last weekend. By the way, if you're in my area, which is, I do my Stamp Camps in Lombard, Illinois. I'm in Elmhurst, Illinois. If you're in the area, come to a Stamp Camp or a card buffet. I'd love to meet you. Anyway, I want to share a card we did at Stamp Camp, and it's using the Hearts Come Home stamp set and the Hometown Greetings dies. These are really fun dies. You've got 3 strips of little village scenes, and then a smaller one that you can use on smaller things like tags or all kinds of things this is useful for. And then here is a little tag topper piece, and then this piece has little stars and holes that you can use in maybe a dark cardstock with a light cardstock shining through beneath, or some glimmer paper. That will be fun. Anyway, we're going to focus on these 3 little village dies today to make this little Z-fold card. It's a really fun card. It looks great when it's folded, but even more magical when you open it up. And you've got a nice place here where you can write a Christmas greeting to your recipient and sign your name here. And it's just a really fun card. I'm using some Whisper White for my village, which I think looks really nice against the black background. Now this black background is from a designer series paper called Merry Little Christmas, and it's all black and white and old olive on the back. So you've got lots of graphic patterns which are really fun, but then on the back you've got some old olive patterns, so you can use it even after the holidays. It's a really great little paper pack, and you can also add color. So you can use a sponge to add color behind the white on the black and white. So you can, there's some leaves and other patterns, and you can add whatever color you want, which makes it really versatile. Okay, so let's get started on this little card. It's actually really simple. You're going to need some Whisper White, and you need 3 sizes. This size here is the background. It's going to be the one with the church on it, and that is cut, oops, wrong. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And then you need the middle piece here, which is 4 1/4 by 3 3/4, and then you've got 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. Now on these 2 sizes, you need to score at the 4-inch line. So you're going to have that little 1/4 inch score line on the sides. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, but on the background you don't need a score line because it's going to get glued down straight. So on the middle section you're going to use the slightly bigger size houses, and you can tell this one because it has 1 tree, and that's going to go in the middle one. And how I figured out where I wanted it is I placed it up as high as the rooftops would allow with the little chimneys. So then, get it as high as you can. That way you've got a nice space to write your greeting. And also this house here, go to the edge. So you've got, this will get cut out, and that goes right to the edge, and that'll give you enough space for this little roof here. So that's how you want to die that, cut that one. Oh, also you want the score line on the left, on the middle one. Now on this little one, you want the score line on the right. And that uses the littler die that has 2 trees and 1 snowman. And again, you want to bring it as high as you can on the cardstock, and then you're going to put this house on that score line like that. And then with the background piece, the church, you're going to do that one as high as you can as well. So you're going to get that little steeple across as high up on there. You do want a little space so you know that it cuts completely, and you're going to cut it like that. So this is how you're going to cut all 3 of your pieces. So you can do 2 at a time, and it's okay if this cuts over because this is all going away here. And then run it through a second time with this house. You can't quite get them all 3 at the same time, but you can do 2 at a time. And I alternated, I made a lot of these. I alternated which combinations, so that I'm constantly turning where these dies are on the platform. That way you get nice crisp cuts every time. This is for when you're making multiples. You don't want the cuts to always be in the exact same place in your plate. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these out with my Big Shot, and I will be right back and we'll put it together. Okay, here are our 3 pieces. Let's start with the smaller one. This is going to be on the front, and we're going to stamp on this one, Joy to the World, and it's from that Hearts Come Home stamp set. It's a fun stamp set. Lots of really great stamps in here, and you can make little villages too. Really sweet. Okay, I'm going to stamp in Real Red. I'm going to go a little bit on the low side. I don't want to center it because I'm going to put a bow. So I've got Joy to the World, and then a bow will go right up there, which is why I made it lower. And then while I have the Real Red out, we're going to stamp the one with the church with the greeting, which also comes from the same stamp set. And it says, wishing you a beautiful season and a new year of peace and happiness. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down. I'm going to allow those to dry for just a second. Real Red seems to, I don't know why, but I seem to smear it sometimes if I go too fast. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and attach these 2 pieces together. So this is a base of Real Red, and it's just cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So you can get 4 of these from one sheet of cardstock. And then this designer series paper from Merry Little Christmas, I cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I like using 4 inches of designer series paper because then you get 3 across, and then this one you can get 2 o'clock. So 6 from the designer series paper, which is really nice. Okay, I'm just going to attach these 2 together. So as I've mentioned, we've got these little scores here. On the middle one, that one is going to get attached to this one, and I just used a little bit of fast fuse here, or you can use tear tape. And I wanted it to go behind this piece. Okay, now this one with the Joy to the World, I wanted it to not go behind because I wanted this to be clean when you open it so you can write your message. So this time I put it so it's behind, it's kind of like in front, depends on how you look at it. When it's open you don't see it. So on this time I put the adhesive right here. And now the whole thing can just get stuck down to the base. Oh, I'm out. I always run out on video. How is that always possible? Grab another one. Okay. So, you're just going to go ahead and adhere that right to the bottom of your designer series paper. Like so. Okay, and I actually used a little bit of the liquid glue behind the church steeple just because I didn't want it to accidentally, oops, I went a little heavy on that, flop off. If you wanted to put some behind the tree, you could. And now it just needs that little bow. I'm using the Real Red 1/8 ribbon from the holiday catalog. This ribbon is really nice because it is actually super sheer and thin. It's not going to add bulk to your card. You're not going to have to pay extra for stamps, and it's a really nice little accent without adding ton of bulk and money to your card. And I just attached that with a glue dot. There you go. And there is my little Joy to the World village card. So cute. That's going to look really nice on somebody's mantle or fireplace top, like, or maybe a little shelf that they put it on, because it's going to open and just kind of be like this and give that 3D effect. Really pretty. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope you'll subscribe and come back again. I love to share with you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.